Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Travel Mole COVID-19 afternoon broadcast, or morning broadcast if you happen to be in Atlantic City, which is where my guests are situated today. The wonderful resort on the east coast of America, on the Atlantic coast. I happen to have with me Anthony from Steel Pier. I've got Jeff George from Atlantic City Cruises. I've got Richard from Lucy the Elephant. I have Scott and Jamie from the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, I should say. I have Mary from the Resorts Casino Hotel. And of course, I've got Helen, who lots of people know, and she's from Atlantic City Tourism. Meet AC, come and visit AC, come and spend all your money AC, whatever she particularly wants to be at this stage. Mm-hmm. So I thought I might start with you, Scott. You seem to have your finger on the pulse. What's actually happening in Atlantic City at the moment? As far as I can ascertain from the news is that the beach, the boardwalk is open, but very little else. Is that correct?
The beaches and the boardwalk are open, and all of the restaurants that are decided to offer takeout and delivery can do that as well. They also have allowed us now to deliver not just food, but they have just opened it up so that we can deliver takeout cocktails as well as beer and things like that. So they've looked at some restrictions for restaurants to hopefully allow us to make a little more money than we are. But right now, it's pretty quiet. Beaches, boardwalk, and takeout restaurants can pretty much sum it up. That said, the boardwalk is full, and things like ice cream stands and stuff like that are open for people to grab and go. But it's a kind of a strange situation to see this casinos lit up at night, but yet no one's allowed to go inside them.
Yeah, talking about casinos, Mary, you're obviously representing the casinos on this call. They've been shut down. Do you have any feel for when they may be open?
Well, we're working diligently with state, local officials, healthcare agencies to open. We hope soon, but we don't have an opening date. The governor is making that decision. New Jersey's heading the right direction. So we feel confident that when the governor is ready, we're all ready to open. Everyone is working on plans. So, you know, he has opened the beaches officially this weekend. So it's a good sign.
Jeff, I think that fishing boats are allowed out now. Does that include pleasure cruises? Are you able to get some of your fleet out onto the water and start earning some money?
They're effective yesterday morning, 6 a.m. The governor lifted the ban on charter fishing excursions. However, we still are mandated by the laws of no more than 10 people. So a boat of my size, any boat can't take more than 10 people. So I have a 135 passenger boat. And my limit right now is 10 people or less, with certain guidelines on top of that. So we're able to run, but not really able to run because you can't make a living with only 10 people on a boat of that size.
Okay.
So we're able to open for some private events, but not for the public yet.
Okay. And Anthony, presumably this lockdown has meant a complete shutdown of any revenue opportunities for you almost overnight, has it?
Yes, we were able to get our outside food court open on the boardwalk, which is strictly takeout, this past weekend. So we opened the 3 places there. Next week we'll have 4 or 5. We have a full crew working through the PPP program. We were able to get a full crew back working, practicing social distancing. So the pier will be ready. Every ride will be ready. Our markings are done. Our sanitation stations are done. Our cleaning process and protocols are all in place. So given the green light, we can be ready in anywhere from, I would say, 5 to 10 days to be fully operational. So that's the waiting game right now. But we are able to get our crew working safely and get the pier ready. But until we get that go ahead, we don't know what's going to happen with the rides. We're hoping sometime early June.
Cool. Now, Jamie, Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall is relatively new to Atlantic City, but it's been hugely successful by what I've read, and you got accolades not too long ago being one of the best bars in America. Are you able to? I know you do food, lots of things, and you do something called an onion burger, which I'm looking forward to. Are you able to do takeout? Have you started that service yet?
Yeah, so we never officially closed. We just went right into takeout. So we've been doing takeout since I think it was March 18th or so. And we've been doing takeout Tuesday through Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. And, you know, we have really good days, then we have some slow days, but we have seen an uptick in business since it's been warmer.
And Richard, from Lucy the Elephant's point of view, I'm assuming that that's been, that attraction shut down altogether.
Yes, that is correct, Graham. We shut down on March 16th and have been virtually closed since then, other than, a few orders here and there on our online shopping cart. Like everybody else on the Zoom conference, we're gearing up so that everything is in place when we get the green light to open, sanitizing, PPP protocols, everything that we're supposed to be doing, we're doing now, so that when they say we can open, we will. And I will tell you that elephants, especially our elephant, is immune to the disease.
Thank goodness for that. I'd have been very upset if Lucy had got it, I'll tell you, and if she'd have started coughing and got a temperature, that would have been a problem, I think. Now, given that we were in this sort of strange period, do you think, Scott, for example, that this is an opportunity for tourism businesses in Atlantic City to, if you like, reboot and think about their business strategy, their business plans, how they attack it? Or do you think that the previous model that the most businesses held, which is a huge percentage of domestic visitors, a number of overseas visitors, do you think that that mix will change? How do you see the future?
Yeah, I think that we're forced to change. I don't think that we had the luxury of just counting on having people come to us like they used to. The good news, I think, is that, there's some kind of stat that Mary might know better than I do, that, we are access to half of the United States population within something like a 4-hour drive of us or something like that, because of, our proximity to DC and Washington, DC and Baltimore and New York and Philadelphia, major cities like that. And those people aren't going to be able to jump on a plane anytime soon to travel internationally. So in one regard, we're a drive-in destination that could really benefit in the sense that people aren't going to be able to jump on planes. That said, they may only limit us to operations of, say, 50% capacity in our restaurants for a while. And, if you have a small business, you can't survive on 50%, especially when you're dealing with minimum wage hikes of 30% that went from about $8 to about $11 this year. And then you take that 30% increase in wages, and then you combine that with the decrease of who you can serve. It just spells disaster for any small business. The casinos are in a little better situation. All of their restaurants are very large for the most part, so social distancing is easier for them. But in Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, for instance, we have about 100 seats inside, and luckily we have an outside venue that could seat probably 200 to 300. But even total, if you say that's down to 150, we have to still depend on a nice day, for that to work out. And then if it gets cold, and this still happens to be going in the fall, it's really going to be a hard thing to scrape by. However, anybody that has a larger space, I think can do well. But it means less employment. It means a lot of things, but it does make us all have to redo our kind of way we think and strategize, so that we can at least offer takeout and increase our percentage of business that way, because really we just don't know what to expect when it comes to how many people we can accommodate at once.
So, Mary, according to Scott, things will be looking good for the casino hotels.
Well, as Scott said, we have the benefit, we're large, so there is space to social distance. We would love to fill the entire place, but safety is our priority right now. So we're hoping that this isn't going to last forever, because in casinos, people enjoy the crowd. That's the fun of it. Big showrooms, things like that. So hopefully it won't go on forever. And yes, some of our restaurants are large, some are small. So we figure this is going to be a new learning process for all of us. We're going to open probably slowly, make sure we accommodate everyone's needs, and hopefully then we can fully open restaurants and showrooms and bars. But it is a challenge. It's a challenging world we now live in. So we're going to do our best and hope that we come out on the other side sooner than later.
Anthony, do you think it's going to be more expensive to come to Atlantic City in the future if I'm a visitor?
No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be a lot of bargains right now. I mean, I think everybody's going to be offering deals. The travel's got to get a little cheaper, and even with us, we're gonna extend our buy one get one free sale, that type of thing. We're going to extend our deals. We're going to try to do some different packages, and our costs will go up a little bit because now we've got a whole new sanitation protocol to put in place. But and like Scott said, we don't know what the crowds are going to be like. We have to social distance, so I'll lose maybe a half or 60% of the capacity on my rides. So that's all got to be factored in. But I think there'll be, for the consumer, I think it'll be a little better. For the operator, it might be a little more expensive, but I think for the consumer, it should get better. There's going to be a lot of bargains.
Jeff, you think of the same?
I think that there's definitely costs that will go up with what's happening right now. As far as the customers, there's that fine line that all the businesses are sitting here on this call with you. How much can we discount at a less capacity? So there's that fine line between giving the house, so to speak. Discounted room at resorts isn't going to make a difference if they only do 25% of the room. So there's a fine line, I think, between taking it to the deal to then you can't be in business in 2021 because you've given too much of the house away in 2020 to get them back. So for my company, we're going to hold the line and keep our prices as they are, not increase the price. I'll still have my coupons available where they're sold, but I'm not looking to slash pricing to get people to come out. I need to fill the boat with the right capacity at the money that people are normally accustomed to paying.
And Jamie, will I be able to? Sorry, Scott.
I can say one thing. One thing that you might see a deal on initially are rooms. Whereas in summer room rates would be through the roof. There might be because of maybe people's reluctance to travel initially. Instead of say a $300 room night in the middle of the summer, you might see rooms at a discount. I can't attest to that, but from what I've heard, that might be the case. People might still want to come out to the beach, and maybe don't want to definitely get involved with big crowds. But that said, maybe if a casino customer is a little less willing to come here initially, you might be able to see rooms that may at a lesser price than they would normally in a July or August.
Yeah. Jamie, as far as the beer is concerned, will that be buy one get one free?
I don't think so. We still have a lot of costs. We'll keep with our happy hours, and on Mondays we have Mexican Mondays. We have Mexican food specials. We'll keep with all that, and we'll keep with our special events. But yeah, I don't see a buy one get one free craft beer.
Fair enough. Now, Lucy the Elephant, will you be dropping your prices to get people in, or will you be keeping it the same, or will you actually be putting prices up?
No, we're definitely not going to raise our admission price. As you know, Graham, we're a nonprofit organization that's fully self-funded, so won't be lowering our price. Our admission is very reasonable at $8.50 as it is now for adults and $4 for children. The other thing that we have to, all of us on this Zoom conference and at large in the region, is we have to show the public that we are taking care of our employees and our staff, that they're safe and they're protected, as well as our customers. I know here at Lucy, we're taking all the necessary steps with the masks and gloves and the contactless thermometer to take the temperature of all of our staff before they come in to make sure they're okay to stay here and work. But I think we need to present a safe environment. And, just because we get the green light to open doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to flock here. We have to show that it's safe, and people are going to test the water before they come down. But I think if we all do our jobs and do it well, people will see that Atlantic City is the place to be this summer.
Well, Heather, you've remained very quiet in the middle there. My assessment of all of this is that all the business owners are taking the personal safety of their clients and indeed their staff very highly, and the safety should be of the highest level possible. That's a very, very good thing to work a tourism and a destination marketing plan from. Is that going to be the backbone of your your launch, if you like, the relaunch of Atlantic City in this post-COVID world?
Well, Atlantic City has always promoted a clean and safe environment. So we're just adding the word healthy to it. So it'll be a clean, safe, and healthy environment, Atlantic City. I mean, we have salt air, and we were built on the basis of, Atlantic City salt air will cure whatever ails you. So, we think that the initial phase of marketing will start in the local and national level, but we have offices in the UK, Ireland, Germany, Canada, and we are still going to be promoting our destination for when our international visitors can travel. We believe that travelers will be more cognizant and appreciative of, meeting their requirements, meeting their expectations on, the health and safety of our visitors.
That's excellent. I mean, it's very, very encouraging to hear all of that, because all of the research I've seen, read, listened to suggests that destinations that really do a good job in terms of proving personal safety for their visitors will do exceptionally well. And you're right, you are marketing. You're marketing on Travel Mall, for example, and keeping Atlantic City top of mind for travel agents to persuade people to come over as soon as we get international flights back. I think it's really very, very nice to see you all. I've met most of you when I've been in Atlantic City. I'd like to thank you for your time. I look forward to getting back onto the helicopter, Anthony.
Okay.
And I look forward to seeing you all for a beer on the beach in Atlantic City before too long. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Graham.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you soon.